blah 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 disclaimer stuff. I don't know if you've read it before, but like it's here anyway, yada yada. Okay, on with the video now.
Hey Dana. Hello.
Alright, welcome to Vampyr again.
Yeah.
If
you didn't watch Tsushima, basically we sorted out a graphics capture card problem. Basically the old one has slowly deciding to give up on us. It lasted longer than the recommended shelf life though, so we did something right obviously. But we have a fresh new boy now, so
oh enough, I've Rick cleaned me on her.
I know, yeah. We have been meaning to, like, give this room a proper dust, but Mum's been so busy with, like, room decorating and everything that we've just kind of, like, put it on hold for now. I do apologise about the dust, you know.
I don't know. Someone, but I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul. The church is shut by order of deletion, but I'm still the vicarious of Mary's if that's any use to you, my son. You seem to me a good soul, Vicar.
Slightly religious side note. Some churches give me the heebie-jeebies as well. Especially... Not certain places are alright. Certain places I'm fine with. Certain places I can go in and there's happy bubbly energy and, you know, no problem. Like for weddings and stuff. It's completely fine. Other places on the other hand, not a lot of places do it, but there's Canterbury Cathedral doesn't. I think Rochester's does. There was a cathedral and something did not want me in there. I don't know what it was, but something did not want me in there. As soon as I stepped in, it felt like this like really cold spirit had like tried giving me a backpack, like piggyback. You know, like these paranormal movies where like they cling to you but they're too heavy, so they end up like dragging you out in the end. Yeah, that's what this thing felt like, and it was. I cried. It was horrible. I have no idea what it was, but. It was horrible and it didn't want me there, so... Who am I to judge? So I never went back. Yeah, sorry, didn't want me in there, so... One of my friends had a theory that how pure the place still is, or how much like faith is still in the place, is what gives me the heebie-jeebie. Because a lot of churches, like, they're stained glass now, it's too expensive to replace, they paint it over black. Or they have to, like Canterbury Cathedral, used to have loads of stuff in there, but like some of it's been sold because like they need the money or whatever. So that's, in a sense, de-faithing the place. So, like, the less sort of, like, religious stuff there is there, the less I feel like that, is the theory. If anyone else feels like that, let me know. This is the one time I'm gonna, like, you get a pass. This is the one time where you get the religion pass. Because I know, like, the two things you don't talk about are religion and politics, but this is the one time I'll pass it. For question of the night. No. Delicious. Oh, speaking of, sorry about the neighbour, by the way, she's doing construction stuff and I can't really do anything about it, I'm afraid, so if you hear that, you're just gonna have to part with it. Sorry. But yeah, speaking of, that reminds me of a post I found. It turned around and said, what if vampires aren't allergic to garlic, but the vampires themselves spread it as a rumour? Because depending on the garlic, it has anticoagulant properties. So what if the vampires say that, just so that, like, the hunter has a buttload of garlic beforehand, and then the vampire gets more blood, because, you know.
This is your doing. You made me.
Stop saying.
Creature. What are you?
Not sure of Satan or Samish.
Selected me. Chose me. What is it you seek? This has something to do with the epidemic.
At least he's good at cryptic messages. Vampyr? And there's a reason I say that. Yes, I'm sorry. To any comedics, I just said the name of the serpent that shouldn't be named. Because there's a thing in Egyptian mythology that names have power behind them. And because that specific serpent is considered chaotic and it wants to reset the world back to just the primordial sea and it, you're technically not supposed to say its name. And there's a thing where Ra and I can't remember who goes with him, but like Ra, I think Set goes with him sometimes. But he goes out on his boat every night and he doesn't kill the serpent, he repels it. And a lot of art, this is why I'm saying it because the serpent and the spear, a lot of art depicts him slashing the serpent into bits with a spear. So
Why are the loading screens so long? It's like playing Bloodborne when it first came out.
no, Bloodborne was a lot longer than that. So how's your evening going? Hopefully then better than mine did earlier. Had a bit of a depression attack, but I won't say no more. I got offered coffee as a treat though, so I'll take that. I'll take it tomorrow. I won't take it today. A bit hot for coffee today.
They could have been... I see what they've done there.
Barker.
Per H. Harker. Vampire hunter, if memory serves.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Well, yes, my hospital.
That's not very nice.
My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
Growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent of the mind. You can't hide from a god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned.
Oh no, not the carpet. Anything but the carpet, Jonathan.
By the sacred snow, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
Leeches are actually beneficial if you know how to use them though.
What happened? The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients.
Leeches are often, there is still a thing that people do with leeches, but leeches used to be used, I think it was in the Victorian time, it could have been later. But, instead of instead of humans sucking the poison out and then dying of poison, they would use leeches. They'd put them on the skin and they'd suck the poison or the disease out of the person. And I think the cat wants them as well.
Of course, you're right. If we can
Hello.
afford a public scandal, it would ruin us. We must
Oh,
restore
that
order
was fun.
and quickly. You mentioned a dead patient.
Hello, you.
She,
What do I on this occasion?
she was Miss Harriet Holt. And a room like
That's it.
blood
This spot.
everywhere.
Yeah, when you're not here, that's her spot.
So,
She likes my bat as well. She cuddles up with it sometimes, so I've been told. When I'm not here, she cuddles up. It's obvious it smells like me, doesn't it? So.
You need to know you can trust me. I do, dear fellow, I do. Please then, tell me.
Because she's a bit of an anxious cat, to be honest.
It seems he was infected
I don't know
after all, so
why,
Hampton became more beastly.
but she's the much more anxious one of the two.
Guard at Pre-Wen suspects the hospital of vampire activity.
vampires?
Realize what
So I think sometimes, like when she just needs a breather, she'll come in and cuddle up with something that smells like me.
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff. Cullum is a fanatic. The guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan. Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
I hate pressing the wrong damn button.
Sean Hampton lives
You're still like
and
wired
breathes
for another
the
game.
well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
Oh, flock. I was going to say Jonathan language. There you go, Mira wants to talk.
Huh. Actually, to be fair, I didn't swear at all. I don't think throughout all of Tsushima.
Now, I think you might have said shit once, so. But, you know,
It seems that
I have never been so vulgar. What are you talking about?
you fell off a ledge. Oh, we got into our steak house. Possibly.
No evil. We do the Lord's work here.
But yeah, as for like the religion pass, you know, like you can be any religion you want to be. Like just because like you know I'm not into it or whatever doesn't mean that you know. If Jesus is for you, be my guest. I don't mind Jesus, it's his dad I don't believe. There's personal reasons for that. Try not to argue about it in the comment section, please.
Oh. No, I'm just looking around because I know that there's a someone who needs to be saved around here.
Jump.
They can't taste very nice, considering they're diseased.
At least you have the stomach not to vomit as soon as you eat them.
Have you actually watched that yet?
What?
Interview with the Vampire.
Not yet. I've been meaning to, but with all this like decorating and stuff that's going on that I'm helping with, we have to like put it on hold. No. It is on my watch list, don't worry. Also, speaking of interview, and I don't remember who you are, I do apologise, but the lovely person that like mentioned it last episode, that's probably forgotten about now. This is a damn memory. Ever since that comment, I have seen a lot more. I don't know if it's like the red car phenomenon or whatever, but I've seen a lot more like posts and comments and stuff around mentioning it.
Are you alright, sir?
Like the original, not the TV series. And don't get me wrong, the TV series is probably cool and everything, but what I mean by the red card phenomenon, for those of you who don't know, is there's like a psychological theory that as soon as you buy a red car, you will see lots more red cars because your brain is wired to look for that specific information. Which is very helpful for people who are job seeking a particular job. Because you'd be like, oh, well, I would like a job in... Try not to be too specific with it, but you could be like, oh, I want a job in... I don't know, I want to be an office worker for a company or something.
Don't do it.
And then... Obviously, yeah. And then you'd be like, I want to manifest being an office worker for whatever reason. And if you keep that wired in your mind, you should, in theory, start to see more job applications for that thing that you want. It's like manifesting, but more psychological. Have fun with it. Oh, there's a thing I read somewhere. I want to try it with someone, but I don't know who I want to try it with. Because it's something to do with how the human brain processes information. But a lot of people don't realise that you've just done it, and they'll just continue as usual. But some people will notice what you've done, and they'll comment on it. But there's this little social thing I read, and I want to try it out. Next time someone asks, like, hi, how are you and stuff, say pine and you. Because most people will think you've just said fine and you, just like, you know, they just auto-correct it in their head, and it's just like, oh yeah, I'm good. But some people will be like, wait, what? And I'm curious as to how it goes, so if any of you try that. It was in a book of mine. I read about it somewhere. But it's like just a silly little thing I want to try, just to see if anyone picks up on it. No? There's another one as well. It's instead of saying nice weather we're having, turn around and say, isn't it nice we have weather? And see if anyone notices. Because there's a theory that, like, people that are less detail oriented won't notice, but people that like zoom in on the finer things will be like, wait, what? I don't know if it's true, but if you're going to test it out, let me know, it's fascinating.
Do you know where I could find him?
Sad to say. I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the owners.
It just makes me laugh whenever I read that, though.
They must know something.
Because isn't it nice that we have weather? Just sounds like, if you've ever listened to it or like read the transcripts or whatever, isn't it nice that we have weather? Just sounds like something from Welcome to Night Vale. I still haven't got caught up with that. I think I got to about episode 31 and took a break for some reason and I never went back to it.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious...
I will have to go back to it at some point because I want to try out the Magnus Archives as well. Which is a kind of similar thing, but more horror oriented than like horror comedy. So.
Vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
Ichabod. Really? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist. And they're close.
Yeah.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. John.
He knows too much.
Kill him.
Abort the massacre in one game.
A man of science. Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
Yeah.
I'm looking for Sean Hunt. Can you help me, Mr. A sad saint. He should be at his night asylum at this hour. I cannot tell you how to find this son. Really? Why is that? It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
If any of you know me from Sang Average, it's interesting to come to like
Tell you what,
the vampire media and like see what sort of, you know.
he's a bartender and good judge of character.
What's that post? They explain it a lot easier than I do. There's a post from someone who explains this a lot better than I do.
Respect. You really believe Sean is a saint? All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he by a priest.
I have it somewhere.
Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
I would laugh if they happen to be watching this right now for some reason. Don't be afraid to come say hi if you are.
Good evening, Tom.
Hello,
Good
where are
evening,
you?
sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we? You remember me? Of course I do. You were that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago. Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. I'm still Tom.
Seriously, this far down.
Welcome back, Doctor.
What's that?
It's fascinating seeing certain interpretations of vampirism. Contributing media portraying them is surprisingly good comfort. It fills the social void of not meeting others in the vampire community. From Vampyr. Which, yeah, agreed. It doesn't even have to be good media, like, on it. But, you know. If you identify with vampirism in any way, it's interesting to come to certain media. Especially if you're, like, medical, like, med-sang or anything like that. It's, like, really fascinating to, like, see how accurate or inaccurate something is. Because some things that don't mean to be do get it surprisingly accurate sometimes.
Yeah, screw you, mate.
I do find it funny that some TV shows have, like, done their research though.
Yeah, it is nice when things
Like
actually do their homework.
Yeah. It's even more fascinating when such media knows that, like, lifestyle vampires are a thing. As well as, like, sanguinarians and stuff, but we'll just say, like, lifestyle vampirism for now. It's fascinating that some people know that that community exists, because then they sort of, like, ask them, and they sort of, like, take that information, but they put, like, a fantasy spin on it. No. I'll do that sometimes. I'll be like, oh, that's why such and such company have got this accurate, because they worked with, like, Michel Belanger or something behind the scenes. I'm like, that makes sense. Like, they actually researched someone and got someone from, like, the VC to, you know, like, overlook it. Obviously, they've got to put, like, some sort of, like, dramatic or fantasy spin on it, because for some reason, just the vampire community in general is not entertaining enough for it. I want someone to do it, and I want someone to do it well. But I don't know how you would do it, because it's, like I said, there always has to be that, like, fantasy element with it, because I don't know if, like, a documentary or mockumentary style would really work. But yeah. If any of you lifestyle vamps or members of the VC are out there and want to recommend any vamp media that you think gets some things right, be my guest, by the way. And if not, just, you know, just recommend your favourite piece of vamp media. Preferably the monstrous kind. Like, instinct versus reason, one of my favourite vampire tropes. No?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the ones that, like, fight with their instincts and aren't afraid to just say goodbye to their humanity. It's refreshing to have a vampire that's just like, hell yeah, I'm powerful, let's go kill some humans, rather than, I am a curse, I am a burden. No. It's like a refreshing change. So, like, if there's any good media for that stuff, hit me up.
It's locked.
Like unapologetically vampire, basically. I think that's why, in terms of World of Darkness, I prefer Requiem over Masquerade as well. Because Masquerade, there's like, don't get me wrong, Requiem has like little political undertones and stuff as well, but it's a lot more lenient. So if you want to be sort of like less, I'm in a hierarchical society and I have to do what the boss tells me to at all times, and you want to sort of be like, I'm more monstrous, but I kind of listen to the leader, you know, just to keep us in the down low. No.
I'm listening. It's just...
Requiem is more fantasy horror, whereas Masquerade is more sort of like political horror. But it's whichever one you're into, because I know some people don't like Requiem, and some people don't like Masquerade, and some people don't like both, some people would rather play Hunter, or Wraith, or Werewolf.
Oh, there you are.
There's something out there for everyone. Or Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, some people might not even like World of Darkness, some people might prefer Wizards.
It looks like we both have changed a lot. I must confess it saddens me.
Put your faith in the Lord, Doctor. He has a plan for all of us. You may not always see it, but he does.
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed, it's hard to believe.
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the Pembroke Hospital?
Kill Old Harry? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
Wait, so if she's called Miss Jones,
I've seen the blood.
and she works at the medical...
Well, no, she was a patient.
Oh.
She's
okay.
the angry one.
Okay, never mind.
How do you plan
I was going to make a joke there, but it wouldn't have made sense. Alright, let me respin it then. If she's called Mrs. Jones, and she was to work in the medical profession, but she was a doctor instead of a nurse, would that make her Dr. Jones? Just like, call him Dr. Jones.
Think I'm a trap then? I surrender myself to your judgment.
I'm hoping I've
It's
done...
in the pits, where the city is darkest, the place you'll find your light.
What is my favourite Aqua song, actually? That's a question. Probably
Oh, I know
Dr.
where we're
Jones,
going.
actually, to be honest with you.
Oh no, I've got to go.
If you like Aqua's style, by the way, like the group Aqua, if you like their style, by the way, there's a group called Toy Box, which is very similar as well. I mean, they're not a group that I would like seek out, but I'm, you know, just on the topic of Dr. Jones and other Aqua songs. I just want to mention. My music taste is very eclectic. Your music taste is very eclectic.
Yeah, mine
But like
ranges...
completely different angles.
To be fair, I've added more to my repertoire, haven't I, now that you've introduced me to funk?
I haven't introduced you to funk.
Yeah, you
The
did.
internet introduced you to funk. Which is weird, because I wouldn't have thought that you would have been someone into funk, but I mean... I feel like we like two different types of funk, but...
Like, I must admit, I don't like metal funk either. That's a bit too... on the nose. Nah.
I said, oh.
Trying to think what else needs to
But
be
yeah,
done.
you're anything from...
Classical,
pirate metal, Viking metal,
classical,
classical,
jazz.
yeah.
I just don't touch R&B or...
Your music taste is like anything from the modern day to like, I don't know,
200 years old.
1532.
No, ain't that bad. 1800s maybe.
I don't know, some of their classical music goes back in the centuries.
Yeah, the oldest one is Mozart, which is 200.
Then again, I like ragtime, and that was like... When was ragtime? Hold on. I don't listen to a lot of ragtime, but like, you know. I'm anywhere from like hardstyle dubstep, metal style metal step, bass house, sun funk, like electronic dance music and hard dance music genres. But I also like metal, especially symphonic metal. Symphonic metal is my thing. Like Nightwish and stuff like that, like Within Temptation. I like Birthday Massacre as well. I'd say underrated, to be honest. And surprisingly, was not introduced to Birthday Massacre through Game Grumps. I found them on, and this is going to show my age, but I was one of them kids. I was one of those kids that thought it was cool to like look up AMVs. I don't know if people still do AMVs. But I was one of them people that just like, I was like, I found songs through AMVs, and I found one, I can't remember what like thing it was an AMV for, but I found one for Blue from the Birthday Massacre, and I was like, this song is awesome, I'm gonna have to go look for this. Because I love the contrast between like, oh, I'm soft and fluffy to murder everything. So I looked up Birthday Massacre, and I do like a lot of their stuff, I must admit. I quite like their cover of Last Days as well from Left Spine Down. You might like the original because the singer kind of sounds like Ozzy Osbourne. I just kind of like Chibi's cover of it. I like her cover of I Think We're Alone Now as well, that's good. But yeah, I'm everywhere.
Oh, I know.
My genres are like everywhere. Oh yeah, ragtime. When was ragtime invented? Because this shows how old... Oh, that's not too bad. I thought it was further back than that. Ragtime mainly emerged and published during the mid-1890s. Quickly spread across the continent by published compositions. By the early 1900s, ragtime flooded the music industry. I thought it was further back than that. I thought it was like 16 something. And I'm just like, no. This isn't medieval tavern music time. Oh, have you seen... There's like... I don't remember exactly what the video is called, but it's like medieval tavern ragtime... Not ragtime, like medieval tavern bar music. Techno edition. There's a techno remix of Ave Maria.
Of what?
Ave Maria. The original, not the Powerwolf one.
Oh, okay. No.
Which is a shame. Someone do that, please. Oh yeah, Powerwolf, that's another group I like. But yeah, like going through my like music taste list is really weird. Because it's just like, oh, I like noise controllers and headhunters and wild styles and Cephix and... And I also like Nightwish and Within Temptation and the Birthday Massacre and... I also like Moonlit Sonata. Excision. Space Oasis. Tokyo Machine. So I mean, like, it's the genres are everywhere. Hands by now. I really want to make a... I can't remember what the parody is called. I think it's called Left for Speed reference. You know, this is a fella that must... all day long. Oh, he's dead. He's very much unalive.
Oh, he was easy enough. Probably because I'm
Let us
like...
know how weird your music playlist is, by the way. Like, let us know, like,
Yeah,
how
share it.
different your music genres are. Like, oh, I like this, and I also like this, which is technically the polar opposite of this. Mist, that's another one. I like Mist as well.
Drink now. This isn't the blood of a vampire, but it will quench your thirst. This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, vampire. But thank you.
Sean Hampton sent me here. I believe he wanted me to find you. Who are you?
She's got like a very World of Darkness core book Nosferatu outfit going on.
This shelter is where we live.
I'm Jonathan Reed. I'm a newborn member. I'm afraid I'm not sure what's going on.
It's like zombies, isn't it? Like, no one likes to say the Z word, and no one likes to say the V word, apparently.
Ask, and I will afford
That's
you
vampire, not
information.
Vijingjong. I'm so mad they got rid of that in that ad.
Why does that creature...
There was a cubicle confession ads. Where she turned around and said, oh, you might not have done it correctly in your Vijingjong. And they took the word Vijingjong out, and I'm disappointed. I can understand why, but when I heard that for the first time, it cracked me the hell up. I was just like, that's a new one.
The sad saint was always kind to us. We must trust you if you revealed our location.
Sean is a scum.
I've heard Coochie,
All
I've
those
heard
other
Others
characters
Pocket.
being violent,
That's a new one on me.
How can he be any different?
Maybe because he is the sad saint. Or perhaps because I am Aunt Bridget of the Sewer Skulls.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find. I must talk to her.
No, Harriet is not alive, but you can speak to her. I must warn you, she is fragile and will not receive you warmly.
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a talon, and her body is so weak.
Attack on what?
I've
on
never
Titan?
seen her like before.
Sorry.
She is resting in a room in the far right of this hideout.
Thank you. I will bear that in mind.
So, out of the potion stickers, I think I might have asked you this. Out of the potion stickers that I have down here, which one does your eye go to most? Which one does your eye tend to focus on more?
Hello, Harriet. You recognize me?
Yes, you of Pembroke.
Probably sleeping magic potion.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
What your secret?
My eye always seems to. My eyes always seem to go to 100% fresh Beetlejuice.
I love questions.
Like the actual juice of beetles, not, you know, like the movie Beetlejuice. But that is a cool movie.
I have a question of the utmost importance.
I have a pajama show with that on some Beetlejuice.
Questions, questions, questions. The good doctor, always searching for answers.
Do you remember what you did after leaving the hospital? Did you kill anyone?
I've always wanted, you know, like them snake plushies that you can get, those like the long ones that you can use as like draft extruders and feather bows around your neck or whatever you want to use them for. They do like Beetlejuice sandworm versions of them, and I've always wanted one because they're so cool.
We are not dead, Harriet. Death no longer.
This is where we eventually do like PO box unboxings and like people somehow remember what I've said in some of these videos, and I just end up with like 6,000 Beetlejuice soundworms, 8 coyote plushies, and a bunch of bats.
Did you or Sean kill anyone in your flight? Anyone? Try and remember.
And dragons.
Will not lie. I wanted blood, and I wanted revenge, and Sean pulled me from it. Put me here instead. But the shadows held my friends. The shadows killed that bastard.
Shadows? Tell me what you saw.
The shadows, they heard
Shadows.
and answered.
The
Shadow.
shadows.
Darkness.
Was there anything else? There was shadows.
It asked me if I
That was a
wanted revenge.
YouTube poop of like one of them ghost hunting shows.
Yes.
In these shadows, this presence. Do you still hear it?
One of them ghost. Yeah. I think it was just called Ghost Hunters or something. But like someone made a
It's
YouTube proof of it.
And now it is silent. It is born of hatred.
It's quite funny actually.
It will kill again. And it hates you, Doctor. Oh, it hates you.
What
Let's see if I
makes
can
you say
find
that?
what it was called.
Whispered your name, Dr. Reed. It wants to know who you are. And you won't.
First it was about me. What did you say?
Nothing, Doctor. I said nothing. There is nothing it didn't already.
Obsessed with shadows and wheelchairs. That's the one.
Let me rest. You found the answers you were looking for, Echo.
There is too much left unanswered. So many questions.
Get to know us, spend time with us, and I may be willing to answer more questions.
What manner?
Alex Jones plays Jeopardy. That's a good one. So
She was different from everyone else.
like I don't necessarily have any political opinions about him. You know, I just like the goofy. In his words, I just like the goofy memes. And he actually likes memes as well. He finds them funny.
Perhaps a fruitless branch of a noble tree. A word used to enslave us. I cannot say.
You mentioned that vampire blood has tremendous potency. You believe it to be stronger than your own.
The vampire's sweet blood. A rich, dark wine that we crave. For it made us, and it can sustain us.
I thank you for your time.
You must be blood
I must go back to
potency.
Southampton.
Your kindness
Oh no, I've
is
forgotten.
patient echo. To protect us,
7.
I'll close the access to our hideout, but you can use our shortcut to reach Mr. Hampton's shelter.
There's a.
Just
I don't know if
follow
it's in Masquerade actually. I think it's only a Requiem thing. I could be wrong. It could be Masquerade.
I
But like depending on your blood potency depends on what blood you have to consume. Like if you're weak enough potency, you can just have like animals and stuff. But then it's like humans, and then it goes up to like other vampires. And I want to say it's potency 7, but I don't know without looking at it. Because I think one of my characters is potency 6, and I'm just on the borderline of like I can still eat humans. Out of my 2 characters, I must say I do like Hecka more. Which is weird, because like I really like Gangrels, but like in terms of Requiem clans, I must admit I am really enjoying Mekit. Because the whole thing is shadows. Admittedly, I did homebrew it a little bit, but I mean that's what Golden Rolls are for, and it's been fun. What was that about risk?
Enter your own risk.
risk. Jeez. I just guessed that was like what's like the easiest at your own risk?
Oh, there we go.
But
Oh.
for some reason my brain went eat at your own risk.
We'll do Sean and then we'll end it there.
Yeah, if you want. Oh yeah, damn. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I've just noticed the time.
Time flies when you're talking about like vampire drugs and other random miscellaneous stuff. I don't actually know what she's doing with that shit. I know she's doing like some kind of extension work. But other than that, I don't know. At this point, I daren't ask. I know she's got separation anxiety. I think she might have mania as well, but I don't know about that one.
This isn't a realm in Shiogara.
No, mania is a bipolar disorder thing. It's like manic episodes. But I don't really know enough about bipolar disorder to really want to mention it. I'm not diagnosing either, I just say it. Sometimes it's similar to manic episodes that my neighbour has, but I have no idea. Other than separation anxiety, I don't know anything else.
Dr. Reed, would you like to take communion with me now? Are you eating raw flesh? It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bounty for transmutation for the sustenance of his believers. Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reed, I was a man to be trusted.
That's a grey area.
To have words with the Lord Harriet.
Because it depends on how you perceive your vampirism, doesn't it? Or like how this
You make no distinction
world
between the living and
perceives
the gods.
vampirism. Because like some people are like, oh, vampires are their own species and they're superior or whatever, and some universes is like, oh, it's like human just with more needs. So that's a great area of, if you're a vampire and you actually eat human flesh, is it considered cannibalism still? Like, that's a question.
To need our Bridget.
I know blood doesn't count as cannibalism. At least the last I checked, it doesn't.
Harriet is possessed.
I think it has to specifically be flesh.
Roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her arms. Our Bridget is a saint of the younger spouse, guiding them to salvation and peaceful existence.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of his divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
This just sounds like Lancia Sanctum now. There's
Strive to emulate your
it's a group in
but it's a difficult
Requiem.
pledge to make.
Give yourself over to God, Doctor.
But instead of that, it's Longuinius.
Kneel before the Lord in
Like, he was a dude that was like
Religious.
crucified as well.
Never be satisfied.
And when they went to spear him, the blood spilled on the audience, and then they were cursed with vampirism. In, like, Vampire the Requiem. It's like their sort of like creation myth.
Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
I believe you, Sean. In fact, I envy the peace you found and will remember it.
I love how this is the good guy option, even though this option seems more morally grey than the embrace option.
Thank you for your kindness.
I've screwed up the ending.
Oh, did you?
You are a good man.
I need to find the. You needed to find the hints.
Oh no!
It doesn't, because you give him your blood. Shit.
Oh, hold on. No, wait. Can you make an alternate save? Because I thought of something.
No, it's all auto saves.
Oh, damn it. I was going to say, if it didn't auto-save, what you could have done is made an alternate save and done the actual proper thing off screen. If you're lucky enough and there's a save that's back enough that you haven't done this on, you can do it off screen and pick the right choice off screen. And then just do it from that save. Possibly. That's something we might have to consider, don't we? Does it have to be all good options, or does it have to be the majority good options?
No, it has to be all good options.
Does it? Oh no!
Right, well, we'll end it there.
Is the run's dead? A question mark?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna end it here, and we're gonna have a think about it. Yeah.
Alright.
All right.
Bye.
See you in the next one.